This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover or takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. A collegiate star here in the Buckeye State, it's J.K. Dobbins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember, earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. First carry now for Chris Evans. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Burrow on play action. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tyus Bowser. A sensational effort by him, and that is one of the biggest losses you'll ever see on a sack. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Now it's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play there on the catch and run.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Patrick Queen able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Buying time to his left. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Runs over it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? Be able to get him in the 2nd round, that's what I call a steal.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. Give him 9 on the scramble there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and just a couple of inches.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Dobbins once more, and he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
That one brought back a few nightmares because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
Burrow on 3rd down. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
Number 28, Mike, he's coming, check in. Bring it.
1st down, here's Burrow. To the right side and complete to Hurst. That catch good for only a couple. These two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow being chased out left.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. Touchdown, Bengals! Tyler Boyd, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Bengals are going to jump back in front. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Hill going to sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. With nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Jackson on 1st down. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have once again taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. He can't get him down. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On 2nd down now, Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 49 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
When they put the ball in J.K. Dobbins' chest and he carries it, he runs with a lot of determination and aggressiveness. Just one start last year as a rookie, but still managed 805 yards and 9 touchdowns. I think he's ready for a big year 2 leap. Now the lead runner for the Baltimore Ravens.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big play there on the scramble.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Dobbins will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown.
Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
11.
On the ground, it's Evans. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A big play there on the screen pass.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
Now Burrow on 1st down. Steps away to his left. That's taken in by Higgins. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field. It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They're going to run this with a tight end and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow, and that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Bengals are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Burrow's going to look to throw for it. Complete at the 1. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for it, and momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. One quarter remains here in Week 16. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 75 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run. Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. The carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Jackson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No return here for Wilson. To touch back, it'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. The ball comes out.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Flushed out right. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And he completes it to Boyd. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. They run from the shotgun with Murray. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. An option handoff here to Dobbins. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
I don't care what you is. They can't get none of this.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop 1 pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Throwing now is Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And this play comes to a hold at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll be forced to dive forward just to get back to the line of scrimmage. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, there in the fourth quarter, the Bills, they're just pouring it on in that one. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Here's Burrow. Buying time to his left. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Here we go. Can. Stop. 11.
Throwing, Burrow. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And a catch right side by Evans. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Burrow's throw taken in by Green here. Yeah, he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
To throw, Burrow. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's second down. Second and 11. Now Burrow. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. McPherson on for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
to the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. One last shot for Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Cincinnati, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Kansas City Chiefs come to town. Meanwhile, for Baltimore,